Hey guys, what is up? It's Gaming here, and in today's Friday 13th video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play Jason. There's a few tips and tricks that I know on how to play Jason. First off, you're going to want to do what I just did. As soon as you spawn, morph to the closest car, or any of the cars, or boat on the map, and set your traps around the car. I realize that if you don't have part 2 Jason, then this might be a harder step for you, because your morph doesn't regenerate as fast, and you also don't spawn with as many bear traps. But regardless, you should do this, and as you see here, you're actually going to catch a couple people that actually spawned at the cars as an easy kill before you even get any of your senses or anything like that. It's an easy free kill. Because actually there's a few times where people will spawn next to a car. You get the traps, and by the way, whenever you're putting the traps, one at where the battery goes, one where the gas goes. As well as you're gonna also want to go to the phone symbol on the map, which is where the people can call the police. You're gonna want to go there immediately as soon as you're done with the car traps. Because if they call the cops, it's gonna make things way harder on you. So you're gonna want to go there and put a trap at where they had to put the fuse in the phone box. Now what's gonna happen is a bear trap will go off, and it's gonna signal to you when a bear trap gets somebody. It won't tell you where though, so you're gonna have to do some lucky guessing, or you're just gonna have to know. Because it'll say you got a trap, but it won't tell you where. And also, people also spawn around the phone too, and sometimes people don't lock doors apparently. So take advantage of that. Don't go chopping at an unlocked door. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and watch gameplay, and I'm gonna go ahead and come in whenever I believe there's a tip needed. Okay, quick little tip here. Whenever you're hacking on the door, do watch the windows and stuff. And also, if you have your sense available, then go ahead and use your sense when you're hitting a door. That way you know exactly when a person will leave. As you can see here, I actually had sense right before I hit again. Also, you can visually hear, not visually hear, you can hear them exit the window if you listen close enough. Another thing I need to mention as a little tip, whenever you're Jason, be as quiet as you can until you find the people. Once you find somebody, make fun of them, talk to them, all you want. But whenever you're kind of stalking around the map and looking, be quiet, because they actually can hear you, if you didn't know that, and you can hear them as well. So that's another little tip, is whenever you can't find somebody, just walk around for a minute. Listen real closely, and the left hand side on the screen will actually tell you, it will indicate whenever somebody's using their mic, and you can only hear someone on their mic whenever you're close to them. So think about that when you're Jason. If you can hear somebody, then obviously you're close to somebody. If your sense doesn't show it, that's just because they have a good perk or they have a really good stealth stat. But if you can hear them on the mic, then they're there, guaranteed. Another good little tip is when somebody will jump through a window here, like you see here, see if you can throw a knife at them. Also, be sure to collect the knives around the map. They're really good for you. Like I said, if you can get a knife through a window and you can slightly injure them, that slows them down in the chase, which could give you the edge to catch them. Here, once again, like I said, make sure you turn on sense whenever you're hacking at a door or just listen closely. Sense is just easier though. It indicates immediately when they leave the house. It makes it way easier. You don't waste another cut. See. Also, shift. Part 2 Jason doesn't get to use his shift very often because it doesn't regenerate as fast. But shift is extremely useful whenever you're going in a house and you hear somebody exit through another way. In this case, I think he stayed. He chose to stay and missed with the flare gun. I actually missed him, but I was able to get his friend. And that's also something that you gotta think about too. Is sometimes you have to choose who you're gonna kill and who you're gonna release at that moment. I chose to kill him at that moment because he has a better speed, and if he got out, it'd be a little harder to find him. I let Eric get away because Eric's speed and stamina is just terrible. So sometimes you may have to know the other counselor stats on how you're gonna play the game. As you see, Deborah here, Deborah is always a good counselor to take out as soon as you can, because she is able to repair extremely fast. I actually just did a video on her on why she's the best counselor for that reason. Another tip is when you're going around the map, be sure to take out these units here. They seem like they do nothing, but what they do is they actually induce fear into the counselors and makes it easier for you to find them. Another tip, this one's kind of a tip for when you're counselor. Don't travel in packs like these guys just did. A lot of people actually don't know this yet, but when you travel in packs on Friday the 13th, the sound blimp that you make on the map is actually larger than it would be if you were traveling by yourself. In this case, we had 4 people traveling, and I literally was able to see them from across the map. Another tip here is you saw that I let AJ get away as soon as I saw that this Jenny had a battery. People with car parts or boat parts, take them out as soon as you can. As soon as you can. I let that AJ get away so I could take that battery part down. That's another little tip for you guys. I was actually able to catch up to the Jenny though, as you can see here.
Yes. Kill for mother.
Hey, what's up? Broncos! Come back, my dude. Darn it.
No! Ouch.
Once again, as I was saying before, be sure to use your knives. This Adam he can't go anywhere, and he's severely injured at this point because I was able to actually hit him with 2 knives to the window. So, like I said, be sure to collect your knives. Be sure to use your knives. Another little tip that I don't do much because it takes too much time out, but you should do is destroy the windows, and that'll injure them even more. But like I said, if you have the knives, don't worry about that. Also, another little tip is I'm not sure if this is I'm not you're not supposed to be able to do this, I know, but if you click options and then you go to mute players, it actually tells you who's left alive, because in the game it doesn't prompt you on how many's left or who you have killed so far. But you can use that little trick, go to mute players, and it'll actually tell you who's alive and who's not alive, and that's how you're able to check your progress so far. Once again, this kill was because of a knife. It saved me a little bit of time because I would have had to have hacked through another door. And using my sense, I'm able to tell that somebody's in here. Obviously, you're gonna want to use your sense smart. Only use your sense if you think somebody's near you. Don't waste your sense, because in my case, sense doesn't regenerate fast at all. As you see here, I'm hacking at the closet, and Tommy could have escaped right then because I was stuck in the animation for that. But he chose to stay and go back in the bathroom. Let's see how that worked out for him. Who is this? I'll throw you outside.
That's my Jason.
Okay, so I just checked how many players were left, and I'm down to 2 at the moment. At this point, it's just a waiting game until you hear that mic or you see that mic symbol. As you can see, I literally just saw that mic symbol. I had no clue he was there. I just randomly morphed to a place at which I thought I hadn't checked yet, and his stealth allowed him to be unseen by my sense, but he had to talk. See, I cannot stress you guys enough that when you're counselor, you better shut your mouth and be quiet, unplug your mic, and if you can't, if you don't do either one of those, you may slip up and do what this guy just did. This guy had a really, really good hiding spot. I morphed there, had no clue he was there until I saw in the corner of my eye that his mic was talking. Once I saw that his mic was, he was speaking in his mic, I knew that was it, because like I said, on this game you can only hear people through the mic if you either have the walkie, which Jason can't even have the walkie, or if you're close proximity to them. So that was the dead giveaway that he was right here somewhere, and I needed to go ahead and use the last bit of my sense to look for him. I turned it on, and like you saw in the gameplay, I saw him right across the road. I went for him. Also, he jumped in this cabin, but he didn't lock the door. That's another good tip. As soon as you get in the cabin, lock the door as soon as you can, because that's just an easy way into the cabin to kill you. He was going to lock it, but I guess I met him there, and I ended up killing him. So now we're down to 1. So one good tip for if you do make it down to 1 survivor or 1 person alive, and you're running a little bad on time, make sure that you got every possible exit trapped up. Because most likely, if it's down to the last 1 or the last 2, he's most likely been hiding the whole time, and he plans just to stay there. But you just want to be safe. You want to make sure he doesn't have the car keys on him or something like that. And also, visually, you can see visually when a car is ready as Jason, because if the hood is open like this, that means it does not have the battery yet. So that's pretty much helping you know if it's ready to go or not. As you can see, I can see indicators where they are. That means they're running or something like that. So they may be switching cabins. So we just go over here and check on the phone real quick, make sure nobody's trying to call the cops. We see that's all good. We even want to add a trap there. As you can see here, I got the indicators for that they're here. So turn on the sense before you walk in. You can see that they're in. You see one person is left, but the other had to unbarricade the door. So using shift, we were actually able to get right in front of them and go ahead and kill them. AJ, as you see here, is getting away, which is a slight problem because AJ's stealth is insanely good, as you all know. But I actually ended up catching up to her and finishing the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next Friday 13th video.